TIFU, unexpected baby with my lifelong best friend. I've really messed up, and it's the kind of mess that's going to stick around for at least the next 18 years. It all feels so bizarre, though I'm not exactly panicking yet. I'm a 23-year-old guy, and my friend, who's been in my life forever, is 22. We've been inseparable since childhood, from daily playdates to teenage hangouts. Our families even vacation together. She's always been like the sister I never had, which makes telling people we're expecting a baby feel, well, almost wrong. A few months back, we were both at her place, way too drunk, and things just happened. It was actually really nice, and in the weeks that followed, it accidentally happened more than once. We were using condoms, but she wasn't on any other birth control. How on earth did this happen? I know pregnancies can occur even with birth control, but I never thought it would be us. She took 5 home tests and then saw a doctor who confirmed it. Neither of us can bring ourselves to consider termination, so we're going through with it. Thankfully, we're both financially stable, so that shouldn't be an issue. We're planning to tell our parents tonight, which is going to be incredibly awkward, especially since they've watched us grow up together. The only person who ever predicted this was her grandma, who always joked about us ending up together. I still can't quite grasp that I'm looking at an 18+ year commitment. It's not just 18 years, it's a whole life commitment, really. For those suggesting a paternity test, yes, she actually brought it up herself and said she wouldn't mind if I had doubts, given the unusual circumstances. She assured me she hasn't been with anyone else in the last couple of months. I will get a paternity test, but honestly, I'm already about 99% sure this is my child. Update. Okay everyone, we just got back from her parents' house. We intended to go this evening as I mentioned earlier, but we figured sooner was better. I was a nervous wreck. Her dad was gardening, and her mom was tidying up inside. After a bit of small talk, we all gathered in the kitchen, figuring it was as good a time as any. We told them, and I could practically see the shock on their faces. Honestly, their reaction was a mix of shock and happiness. Her mom started tearing up, so I'm still not sure if that was good tears or bad tears. Her dad asked why we hadn't told them we were dating, and that was just the most awkward silence ever because neither of us knew how to answer. They asked a ton of questions, and we even called her grandma to tell her she was right all along. We made a quick excuse and left. Later in the car, she kissed me and said she was proud of me. Her hand stayed on my thigh the whole drive home. Does this mean she actually likes me? I don't want to read too much into it and make things even more complicated. She's genuinely a kind person, and lots of guys have misinterpreted her kindness as romantic interest before. Final update. Alright folks, this will be my last update for now, though maybe I'll check back in around 9 months, we'll see. We've talked everything through that needed discussing. We're planning to move in together when she's about 6 or 7 months pregnant and see how things go. We've both admitted to having feelings for each other, so we're going to see where it leads. For now, we're best friends living together and, well, more than just best friends, I guess. Thanks for all the support and encouragement. This post probably doesn't even belong in TIFU anymore. I'm actually starting to get excited about becoming a dad. And by the way, she's reading the comments. Clarification for those who missed it. Yes, we are dating now. Best friend plus more equals dating update. Hey everyone, it's been a while. I almost forgot about this post. I've received so many kind messages, but I haven't been able to reply to them all because there were just so many. Anyway, here's the update. These last few months have been way more stressful and complicated than I expected, especially considering how young we are. But honestly, it was all worth it the first time I held my little baby girl in my arms. We didn't find out the baby's gender beforehand because we wanted it to be a surprise. I didn't really have a preference, but I'd be lying if I said I hadn't secretly hoped for a girl. And for anyone still wondering if she's mine, yes she is, haha. She even inherited a family health thing from my side. Not that that's a good thing, obviously. So, I guess the question most of you want answered is, what's happening between me and my best friend? Well, we did move in together, which has definitely been a financial strain. Money is tight. Some months, since we're paying for everything ourselves, I'm not really comfortable asking our parents for money, even though it would really help right now. I found it kind of funny how many people thought I was completely clueless. I wasn't that clueless. Haha. Okay, maybe a little. I'm realizing now she's been dropping hints since we were like 16. But yeah, there's not much else to update. I feel like I focus mostly on the challenges, but it's honestly been pretty amazing too. The best feeling is finding a best friend in your partner, and I can't imagine loving anyone as much as I love her. That's all for now. Have a nice day. From childhood best friends to parents and partners, what a journey. If you want to see more unexpected turns from r/TIFU, make sure you subscribe to catch the next wild ride. TIFU by accidentally giving my dog the best day ever. This isn't some epic disaster like some of the stories here, but I had to share because I'm simultaneously laughing and filled with regret over what just happened. First, you need to know that whenever I make hot dogs, I open the package, take out a few, and then roll the rest back up in the plastic, securing it with rubber bands. It's my system. Well, today, for some inexplicable reason, I didn't do that. I honestly can't tell you why my brain decided to just fold the plastic over a couple of times and toss it back in the fridge, but that's what happened. Fast forward to lunchtime. My spouse rushes downstairs during a quick break from back-to-back meetings to make lunch. It's just us and our rescue dog at home. Now, this dog is a professional beggar. Seriously, this dog will shadow your every move in the kitchen, eyes glued to the floor hoping for a single crumb. You'd think he's never eaten a day in his life the way he acts. So we're all in the kitchen and I hear the fridge door open. Suddenly it hits me with full force that my spouse is absolutely going to grab those poorly resealed hot dogs. I whip around to say something, but it's too late. My spouse in slow motion looks at me with wide eyes as the hot dog package unfurls like some kind of cartoon gag, and a tidal wave of way too much hot dog water for one package completely drenches our dog's head. My dog lost it. Like he just witnessed a miracle. My dog went completely ballistic. He took off like a rocket through the apartment, unleashing the most intense zoomies we have ever seen. For the next 15 minutes, he acted like we were the greatest beings on earth, rolling around on every single piece of furniture we own in pure, unadulterated joy, and I mean every piece of furniture. I don't mind hot dogs, but that smell is strangely intense, and now every time I sit down, all I can smell is hot dogs. Everywhere. The dog, though, he's in heaven. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out how to extract hot dog water from every fabric surface in my life. So many regrets. Basically, I didn't properly close a hot dog package, my spouse accidentally drenched our dog in hot dog water, and now I'm living in a hot dog scented nightmare because my dog decided to celebrate by rubbing himself on absolutely everything. But hey, at least he had the best day of his life. I think I'm officially off hot dogs for good now. TIFU left my Reddit logged in and my colleague went wild. Honestly, there's not much to explain. My girlfriend came to visit and well, I got completely sidetracked. My colleague, who, as I mentioned in the title, is definitely smarter and probably better looking than me, saw his chance and took it. He noticed I was still logged into Reddit on our shared work computer and immediately checked my username. I can just imagine him saying, "Aha, Justifier 989, you've messed up." He instantly knew where he needed to strike first. Unfortunately, I'm clearly not as dedicated to internet mishaps as he is, because I'm not even subscribed to RTIFU, so he must have actually navigated here to begin his shenanigans. I bet he was practically cackling, especially when he saw my pathetic karma score. 5 years on Reddit, and I've only managed to scrape together 485 internet points. I'm sure he probably scrolled through all my posts, maybe even read some of my comments. That's when the panic set in. Wait a minute. Have I posted anything embarrassing? The moment that thought popped into my head, I frantically checked my comment history, desperately hoping I hadn't left any questionable remarks in, say, r/furry_IRL. Then I started to wonder what else he might have done while he had free reign of my account. A quick look revealed he'd subscribed me to a bunch of subreddits I would never have chosen. Seriously, who even knew r/sounding was a thing? NSFW warning, seriously don't look it up if you're squeamish. Now I'm faced with the monumental task of cleaning up the digital mess he's made of my account. Maybe it's easier to just delete the whole thing and start over. I still can't believe I was so careless as to let this happen while I was literally in the next room. Reddit, please send your thoughts and prayers. I've been outmaneuvered by a superior being. Update. My shift just ended, so I'm heading home. OP called me a few minutes ago to grudgingly admit, well played. Apparently after his phone started blowing up with notifications from r/gay or 4r, I consider my work here done for the night. Update 22. Just to clarify, the first update and this original post were actually written by my colleague, not the account owner. I've seen some comments about the r/Gare4r post, and I want to assure everyone that it wasn't meant to be malicious or harmful, and definitely wasn't me. Huge thanks for the awards, by the way. I'll be sure to let my colleague know that his efforts were appreciated. TIFU by accidentally asking Reddit to pick a race to eliminate. I was really excited for the Formula 1 qualifiers this weekend and was browsing Reddit while watching some old F1 races on YouTube. It got me thinking about how some older races used to be incredibly exciting, while now they often feel a bit predictable and overly controlled. So naturally I decided to ask r/Formula 1 for their opinions on this. Shortly after posting, I realized that the way I phrased my question could be interpreted as, well, a bit problematic. It unintentionally sounded like I was asking which ethnic group should be eliminated, rather than which race, as in Formula 1 race event, should be removed from the calendar. The post blew up and somehow made it to the front page of r/all, and now my inbox is completely overwhelmed. The problem is I have this really annoying habit of needing to open and read every single notification I get. Emails, texts, Reddit messages, everything. If I don't, it genuinely bugs me and keeps me up at night. So naturally, going viral and getting thousands of comments is pretty much my worst nightmare. I thought it was finally slowing down at one point, as I was actually reading messages faster than they were coming in, and the notification count started to decrease. But then the USA woke up and it all went crazy again. I've been playing inbox catch up ever since. I'm taking a quick break to write this TIFU because the message count is briefly under 1,000 again. Let's see what chaos awaits me when I go back. Thanks for the awards everyone is giving. It's quite overwhelming. The original post somehow became the #1 post of all time on r/Formula 1, which is just unbelievable. As of 7:42 p.m. GMT, I still have over 600 unread responses to wade through. I'm committed to reading them all, though I won't be able to reply to everyone. I'm honestly glad that my accidental blunder has made so many people laugh today. That wasn't my intention at all, but it's a great silver lining to this whole experience. Update. Around 8:20 p.m. GMT, I switched to Alien Blue on my iPad to try and read comments faster than on the official Reddit app. When I started on the iPad, I had 934 unread messages. 20 minutes later, after reading and replying to some, I now have 976 unread messages. It's actually increasing. Update. It's now 9:09 p.m. GMT. I actually managed to get my inbox down to around 900 at one point, but it's now back up in the 4 digits. I'm seriously sleep deprived at this point. I've been awake since 4 p.m. yesterday, unable to sleep because of a coughing fit. Finally, the coughing has subsided, and I'm feeling incredibly tired, so I think I'm gonna have to pick up reading and responding again tomorrow. Good night, everyone. This has been a truly bizarre day. I really didn't expect this TIFU to blow up like my original post, but it seems to have happened even faster and on a much larger scale. Update. Finally, I'm reading comments and messages faster than they are coming in again. The unread count is back under 1,000, and it's been a truly eye-opening experience. I didn't realize how readily people would post casually racist comments, and I also didn't expect some of the truly awful messages I've received, but thankfully, those have been in the minority. It's 6 a.m. GMT here, so time to keep going until I reach the end of this inbox marathon. Update. Final update, I'm finally all caught up with my inbox at 10:17 a.m. It's been wild to see this happen, and I apologize to anyone who briefly thought Reddit was suddenly okay with casual racism because of my poorly worded question. Basically, I made a post asking a question, worded it horribly, and now everyone thinks I'm some kind of unintentional racist. Going viral for that. From Formula 1 races to race controversy, talk about a pit stop into chaos, subscribe for more Reddit roller coaster rides, and what's the wildest misunderstanding you have seen online? TIFU by releasing a smell so foul it cleared out a courtroom. This just happened about 5 hours ago and I'm still mortified, so this morning started terribly. I woke up with killer period cramps, made even worse by some spicy chicken I ate last night that clearly didn't agree with me. I made about 3 trips to the bathroom before work, but things calmed down a bit, so I took some pain relievers, gritted my teeth, and headed out. My job involves working in the prison system, escorting inmates to various locations including courtrooms. This is where everything went sideways. I was assigned to escort a prisoner to the witness stand in an open court. I was standing right next to her, doing my usual routine, when my stomach decided to stage a revolt. The cramps came back with a vengeance, and I could feel a truly monstrous fart brewing. I tried my absolute best to hold it in, knowing disaster was imminent, but the pressure was just too much. I managed to sneak out what I thought was a silent one, and actually felt a tiny bit proud of my stealth. That smugness vanished instantly when the prisoners started coughing, gagging, and exclaiming loudly, "What the heck is that smell?" The awful truth dawned on me immediately, but I was in complete denial about unleashing such a biohazard. So I started wrinkling my nose and pretending to gag along with everyone else. The court clerk, who was standing a bit closer, then dry heaved so violently she actually had to bury her face in the trash can. By this point, the noise and general chaos were escalating rapidly, definitely not ideal in a courtroom, especially with the district judge present. The judge, looking utterly bewildered and disgusted, quickly ordered me to take the prisoner back to the closed dock, declaring that the smell must be from a problem with the building's pipes. He then adjourned the entire court session and summoned maintenance to investigate all the pipes for leaks, cracks, anything that could possibly explain the stench. The prisoner was still teary-eyed and coughing, I was still feigning disgust, and the poor clerk was attempting to recover by sipping water next to a wastebasket. So yeah, court was adjourned for over an hour while the building maintenance crew searched high and low for the source of the mysterious odor. Little did they know the culprit was back in the holding cells, hanging her head in shame and later recounting the tale of the leaky pipe upstairs to her co-workers. From spicy chicken to courtroom chaos, who knew period cramps could be a WMD? If you want more hilariously stinky situations from Reddit, subscribe for your daily dose of TIFU tales, and tell me, what's the most unexpectedly foul smell you've ever unleashed? Have a great day, and maybe check those pipes just in case.